ekyo twakimitire ekikalamba olwekyo twakimitire ekikalamba is to head count. Number, I must say that when the party started and the strategy yabayashi au kiashi wa Michael Sata yali yakutila bane ichipani cha PF is a movement, and he was not of the idea that we have to have cards and we have to have a way in which a structure could be put in place. Of course the leaders were put in place, but mulebukisha Satawaranda to ama members wa PF wamuba bamu state house mramwe. So kulaku ine mwana wasa ekele kulialemo na kwati ekele kweka gansi na ekala na wa PF newa ishiba ama members wa PF ni nebo wale kulanda at some point yawe fitenge. It's not necessary because therefore our PF wale sanga kwa response without identifying them. And the strategy worked because the movement called Patriotic Front was growing like bushfire. Towards 2011, kwaisa kona ka slogan karaka letrumia shi dandi crazy kutila don't kuve. But ama politics evolved. By the time traffic out 2016, 2014, 2015, 2016, yachinja na slogan because nomba PF yalisa bomba nefindu shamba kumonekera kwamba slogan yachinja at sontopo wabo. But mukulanda sontopo wabomba, we also started strengthening the structure arrangement of the party, because there is a time when you depend on the wind of change, but there is also a time in which you depend on a well-organized machinery to win an election. This time around, because we need to combine both the wind of change that is blowing in the country, but also having a machinery that is effective to campaign, effective to harness the votes, effective to protect the votes. And that machinery starts with you and me being able to identify ourselves that this is the army, the political army called the army of Patriotic Front, to democratically fight to bring about a change that the Zambian people are yearning. Now that you are 72, on behalf of Central Committee and its leadership, I charge you this morning that it should stop and end today. We are going towards 2026 and it is serious business. Some of you need to go and talk to your wives and your husbands. No kuwalayo kutila nomba iminimo shachashani shamba. Tuaramba nomba nino kunisha kuona matia gas no kunisha kwa gunpowder. Because umuteko tukwete wane kumufumi hapo tekuya kulia kwa tilindi mlea mkusende chinsenda kunkoko. Hawawe mbanda kusende chinsenda kunkoko kusashani unakili. Nombe chinsenda gachiri kuishiruba ne tekuna kilirayo. Yan Zambia, I am calling upon Kabwata to know that the strategy of UPND, first, they are fighting with everything not to allow Patriotic Front to be on the ballot. But we must fight for our party. Unfortunately, it's not only UPND who are wishing that PF should not be returned to the rightful owners. Kwali another nation to Yombana Venamo opposition who are wishing that PF should not be returned to its rightful owners, so that then they can take advantage of our desperation and the desperation of the members to try and grow their Tembo political party. But Chikankala is that as we are doing these audits, we should also commit ourselves. Because takwaleva na UPND nangulana nensu more position who will scatter us. We will fight for our party patriotic front until it is on the ballot. Mshetran for nine. But teacher learning the what to pocket pani to funyepo mwenso. Funyepo mwenso. Nga tuatangisha mwenso umunga tabaka mwele. Road safety ntayakapwe. Tribalism ntayakapwe. Fuel safety chusha tafyakapwe. Tukapisha te umuchusha wena zamba wale pitamonga tuwafumiapo umwenso. Yesterday, kwa launch ya at electronic pre-voting this is they were launching a electronic pre-voting mechanism or registration. So akachere mutima warisa akabakutira kwena abantu ababo basontakulira akainde ekire mama kada zwa UPND batuchinfye n'okutufumyapo mukuteya bola yama ama election because they are advancing a UPND agenda. Zalomisi ekare pale yote aishibati UPND kada alanda tiyo ba PF tumuteko bola kwani bali fari ule salama players bakuteya bola. So I want to claim our position as participants in the elections up to 2026. And I want to tell you as alumnus that I have come as the legitimate Secretary General of Patriotic Front. And that we are going to be on the ballot, whether they like it or not. Yesterday was Democratic Day International. And that's how come I want to take advantage of our gathering here to also call upon those cooperating partners and friends who are champions of democracy, like the Americans, like the EU and the countries there, and all those who have partnered with Zambia historically in promoting democracy in this country. Help us by also, holding these people who are collecting funds supported by the taxpayer in your respective countries to support democracy, and they are not doing the right thing. How can we have the executive under Akainde begin to determine who are the office bearers of political parties through the civil society? And the one thing that I can't do this illegal thing. Miami like former registrar the lady. So we are saying to cooperating partners, this is the time for you to pay particular attention to how the UPND and Misaka and HM want to face 2026 by themselves. But we are not going to allow that. And I was saying to Madam Zalomis yesterday, she has the river in her hands, either to plunge this nation into chaos or to make the peace that Zambia has enjoyed all these years to continue. If you don't allow PF to participate in 2026 and be on the ballot, you are causing trouble in this country. Allow the Zambian people to express themselves and choose leaders based on a fair, transparent process of elections. And I hope Manafunyapo Mwenso. By UPND, Manu for this and the Kuba members yaro, that when you adopt a candidate, then you decide to go and stand as independent, we will manage you. Some of you even disappear. That is a criminal mind. that is in that organization. So to that effect, if they are planning whether to abduct or whatever it is they want to do to their members who want to stand on independent, what do you think they want to do to you and me? It's worse, isn't it? And Mandela and Kutila, the oppressor determines the strategy and the response of the oppressed. So depending on how the UPND bring the fight to us, we must be ready to respond with equal measure. And I'm calling upon all of us here, please. Ichi pale cha kukabwata funyeni po. Think of your children, think of your grandchildren, think of the future. Funyeni po. Efe bakaunda bachitire. Efe bakaprepe bachitire. Efe wankumbura bachitire. Efe wonsama founding parents of others na wanamao. That's what Chiruba and his friends also did to stop one-party state. That's what you and me must be counted for, to stop this regime that is brutal, that is destroying institutions of government. Yesterday, on Saturday, Nareva Kovanes Kuno. Vane, Mobatino Maseos. Maseos Mwaba Faith into Fili. Kachema, that Washu Kanenda. Nothing else. We cannot find. And the freedom fighters must never be afraid of swords. You should never be afraid of what? Swords. You will only be afraid of swords if you are doing the wrong thing. But if you need a petition car, you can go to the swords and go to jail and be proud of yourself. One Zambia, one Zambia. So they will use violence. That's what they have been using. They also want to use technology. That's why the likes of MCC here and others who we must identify, who may be good with gadgets, to be able to assemble with the help of others, to also prevent the UPND from manipulating the votes through technology. Our next Kumala, they have made the decision that they will have manual counting of the votes that they are transmitted properly, having been signed for. Na imewe ngiro kupanga no kutwala message ku ground. Because this time around the three family group kwa tuwavota wa kunganda wamba no kunwa kwenda ule mwanga shina ngira ni tea nefi ashara ifu wakabate matimama drinks na menshi muka senda ma drinks na menshi kuya pa polling station ila voting na mwabika kuirelela until 18 hours so that mwana Now, when Zambia, we are calling upon Zambians. This time around, protecting the votes is not the responsibility of agents only. It's the responsibility of every Zambian. We must all camp at a polling station until our vote is properly counted and accounted for. That's the message we must carry and go with. It is going to take a certain level of seriousness. That's why as Secretary General, I am concerned at a level of pettiness when it comes to the issue of debating about presidents. In PF, we are not bankrupt in terms of leaders. And I beg those who are offering themselves for leadership, please let not your ambition for presidency destroy the organization for us. Take a name, and I'm part of the English. Look at the monetary win. And I have said this before at the press briefing, having consulted acting president and the central committee. We have in PF banned any form of endorsement, any form of posturing. And I have also seen that not only are people who are not even members of PF endorsing candidates in PF, some of them, they are doing it out of sheer excitement. Some of them will also know that they are doing it calculatedly to bring confusion within PF. Both those who are just excited and those who are calculating, we are saying, please put a Can you excuse us? Because in Strike Africa, when we open it up for people to offer themselves for leadership, they will campaign, and if we have the goods, they will convince us and we elect them as president. Members of parliament, can you also behave? This behavior of thinking that there is a party within a party will not be tolerated. I've also seen members of parliament trying to endorse here and there. That's not the way a leadership will emerge in this party. The leadership in this party will emerge through a transparent process. If you have a candidate, just sharpen them. In progress, political language. There is no going to be any president imposed on this party. We will choose them through a transparent process. That's a situation. That's a situation. And we are not going to compromise on that. Because the Zambian people are suffering. We can't allow PF being destroyed by selfish individuals. If you are a leader worth yourself, all those who applied, those who paid, and those who are canvassing secretly, contribute towards the unity of the party, not the destruction of the party. We are having people even running propaganda. We have sacrificed for this part, going to jail for it and so on. Some chap can be sponsored to start saying, Nakachinda Warns and Dendarama. Come to start, party on up jail. Even if sure you have no conscience. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? And people will forget that we even have relatives in UPND. But we have sacrificed even personal relations for the sake of democracy, for the sake of justice. So all those who are sponsoring these surrogates to write propaganda and to do all this nonsense, please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We are exerting our energies and the effort to fight the real enemy of the Zambian people, the UPND. Don't allow cause to now turn this energy towards you. Because this business of wanting to Dorerana should come to an end. Should come to an end. So we have Central Committee on Saturday. All matters, there is no matter that is too sacred to discuss. All those men who are worth being called members of Central Committee, come to Central Committee. All those who have an issue, come to Central Committee and raise it. If you're a man and you're interested, or a woman who are interested into the growth of this party, let's face each other. So let's come and discuss all those matters. Background. Coming from me and entertaining secret meetings, Umushiku and all that, as Secretary General, you are gone. And I can tell you regret, because there are some people who think that you will do all the silly things, but we will still fight and win, and we'll see you after a while. Kurama elections, Vaneku Shantumbu. You know Wakabwata Shantumbu is next door. We have an opportunity to show the UPND that in Lusaka they are gone. We should have had nominations today. I called the Honorable End and a few leaders in Kabwata. I didn't know that my brother was back. He was out. All of us, let's one team up with Kafiwe and make sure that we get victory in Shantumbu. Right now there's the voter registration, electronic and otherwise, by mobilization. Get some young people, Mwadukatanama University and others who support PF, to sit somewhere helping those who are, to register online, so that we get our members to register as quickly as possible. You understand? Especially where they think they are strong. But na fitiwanange, kuba tumuka buata, paraturu nyanga to ice cream, nama vota sureta shani, and what I'm telling you here is not a joke. The network center for party is just politics. This is a life and death situation. Let's all be serious. And I plead with you, be serious. No under controller, aba kumuri fwe, ni mwe pa ground. If you have kupanga fresko kufikira maka, no tati if you have kuoko. Takwa aba president uipango mineka. President apango na abantu. So ama president paringo kuchindika abantu. Aba for president. But as Secretary General, I'm telling you, and I'm not joking about this. Leadership will only go to those who are uniting the party, not those who are dividing the party. And we are observing. And we are observing. We are observing. Those who are uniting the party, yes, we will endorse you. We will support you. But if you show signs of dividing the party, we will first of all deal with you because you are the enemy not only of PF but enemy of Zambia. Yeah. Now, Ashon Tembo na Kalefe, you can't have people always bent on bringing confusion. Everything. What kind of nonsense is this? Why can't we have a situation where, if there's a matter, people discuss, resolve, harmonize, there's unity moving forward? Let's think of the Zambian people. It's like in opposition, the issue of ambition, we are failing to manage. But we will help you to manage your ambition as we progress. With that said, honorable colleagues, Varan Majombo, Kakeni Nishipivane, Instaya Kubombana Ifika. Each party to Kachitako na Tuangira Mpawa. For now, Vane is work and work and work. So I need reports at the ward level. Let's go to the branches. Let's go to the sections. God bless you and thank you very much and congratulations.